So there is actually a shorter way to do this problem than what's explained in the back of the book. And so the first step is to rewrite these in terms of 1. And we can see all these numbers are close to 1. And the first one is, this is 1 minus, and actually if you think about it, it's going to be 0.00, meaning we'll have, if we add 1 to this, this 0.001, and the key thing is to be careful with the number of zeros. So you have 7 zeros and then 1. So this is really just 8 places back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which means this is 1 minus 10 to the minus 8. So that's the first important step. And same thing for the denominator, 1 plus 10 to the minus 4. And then here, this would be 1 minus 0.0000, really 36, 3, 6, 7, 8, so 1 more and 9. And you can check if you were to add this number to that, you would get 1. So this would be 1 minus 9 times, and again that would be 4, 8 places, 10 to the minus 8, and this is 1 plus 3 times 10 to the minus 4. So the key step in this problem is to notice that these are related to difference of squares. And I originally hadn't seen it when I did it, and you'll see the second method is how I originally did it. It's a lot more tedious. And so the key step is, this is 10 to the minus 8 is 10 to the minus 4 square, which means that this is really 1 minus 10 to the minus 4 square over 1 plus 10 to the minus 4. Essentially, it's 1 minus x squared over 1 plus x form. And this can be written using the difference of squares as 1 minus x times 1 plus x over 1 plus x. So those two cancel out. This is really same as 1 minus 10 to the minus 4, 1 plus 10 to the minus 4 over 1 plus 10 to the minus 4. So that simplifies. So this term here is 1 minus 10 to the minus 4. Now this piece, you can actually apply the difference of squares there as well, and that's what the explanation in the official guide didn't do that. So if you notice that is 9 times 10 to the minus 8, a square of 3 times 10 to the minus 4. So essentially it's the same form. 1 minus x squared over 1 plus x. So this is going to become 1 minus 3 times 10 to the minus 4, 1 plus 3 times 10 to the minus 4, over 1 plus 3 times 10 to the minus 4. And then these cancel out. So we're really left with, we had 1 minus 10 to the minus 4, and then we're subtracting 1 minus 3 times 10 to the minus 4. We distribute the negative sign. The first term is going to be 1, and then this is plus. These two drop out, and then this is 3 times 10 to the minus 4 minus 10 to the minus 4, which is really 1 times. So that is 2 times 10 to the minus 4, which is answer choice D. So this is equal to 2 times 10 to the minus 4. If you notice the way the question was presented, there was an equal sign here. So that's a clue that it has to be exactly equal to that expression. There is no approximation here. Sometimes they say the such and such term is approximately equal to. And you'll see the second method, which is how I originally did. I had used some approximation towards the end, but I still get the same answer. That's much longer method, but again, that's the reality of the exam. Sometimes you may not be able to see the quickest method, which is really recognizing that form. If you can, certainly you save a lot of time and you get to the answer far quicker. So that's always a trade-off. But here the answer is choice D.